Good morning. Just a quickie to give you a little progress report on what's been happening here. Quite a lot, actually. First thing I want to show you that I'm very proud of. If you saw my last video, you'll be able to compare. Oh, look at that fabulously clean decking. Sorry, I've no mic on again, I'm afraid, but it isn't windy, so hopefully it won't be too bad, the sound. But yes, we spent a whole day. Well, no, we didn't. That's a lie. We started about 3 hours. It took us. Yes. So yeah, about 3 hours. My husband and I between us getting this decking cleaned, and oh goodness me, I was absolutely shattered when I'd done it. But it looks so much better. I'll show you around the other side in a minute, because if you remember, that was absolutely appalling. It was black in places and green, and it was quite slippy, so it was dangerous as well. So we're more or less summer ready, in the sense of we've got the rugs out, furniture's all been cleaned. Mungo was thrilled because he's got his big cushion on the sofa, but unfortunately for him, he just settled himself down and the dustbin wagon went down the back lane and jumped out of his fur and ran off. Yeah, but it's looking good. So I'll just take you around and show you the progress. So say it's only a quickie, because I've been, if you can see in here, I've been potting on sunflowers and cosmos. I've got some sweet potatoes growing in there, some herbs and some nasturtiums. So everything I promised. What's happening on here? Anything much? I've got just the one flower so far on the stellata, but more to come. Still early. It's the 1st of April today. This still looks amazing and smells divine. And this is what we're looking at in the vegetable garden. Beautifully clean decking. Furniture's out. So we've got netted up. Still no sign of carrots, unfortunately. There's 4 rows in there now. So despite warming up the soil, didn't make any difference. Still not coming up, but my broad beans are doing good. There we are, broad beans. This bed's nearly ready. A little bit more compost to add next week. 3 pots of first earlies planted up. Got this corner looking a bit nicer. Some of those plants there are for the graveyard. But my garden compost bin's full and quite heavy, so it's getting empty tomorrow for the first time. And then I can empty some of the foliage from there. But I'm going to have this as a little sitting area as well. So I can hopefully admire the vegetables when they start to come up. But that's all that's in so far. Everything else in here is empty. And there's only broad beans in here. And my rhubarb, which looks to be, doesn't seem to be suffering any side effects to being moved. In fact, it's looking fab. I decided I wasn't going to harvest any this year though, let it settle in again, treat it as a new plant. So that's what I'm doing. This area is looking really nice. The abricias coming out, the daffodils, just some of them are just going over. The lilac, got some buds on. And of course the sambucus, the immortal sambucus. One of my lavenders died. I've moved this pot forward so you get the benefit of the smell when you sat on the sofa. I'm going to get another lavender to go in that bottom pot. I don't know why it died, but it did. The Forsythia's been stunning this year. Absolutely beautiful. My new honeysuckle's actually looking quite good. If you remember, I planted it end of last summer. It's looking a lot healthier than the other one. Whether they'll get any flowers this year or not, I don't know. But yeah, looking good. And here's old good old Bruce. Bruce Forsythia. And I've even got from last year's wildflower seeds. Got some poached egg flowers already flowering. So they're last year's. So yeah, it's starting to look nice. Camellia's just going over now. Lots of lovely yellow wallflowers over there. The roses that are pruned, they're all got new growth coming on them. That's pretty Jessica. This one's going potty, this. Bring me sunshine. Look at that. Some of the leaves are curled. I don't know what that means. I think the clematis is going to be lovely this year. The Montana's got lots of buds on it. And my other rose is Emily Bronte. Look at these gorgeous. Narcissus Annie. Look at those. Aren't they gorgeous? They smell lovely too. There's Emily Bronte. And I've got a Daphne. She's just in a pot at the moment here till I decide what to do with it. If anything, it didn't look well when it arrived, but it's picking up a little bit. This is my blueberry. And if you remember, the other blueberry just died. This has actually got flowers on. So I'm hoping to get a few fruit on it, which will be fab. So there you are. That's all there is to report. No sunshine today. Miserable. I've got a few things to put away in the shed, and then that's me done for this morning. I'll just have a perch. Oh, have a perch and a quick chat. That's coming nice. That's the campanula. That's usually full of flowers all summer. It's beautiful. And all these daffodils are all slightly different. Some with darker yellow middles. And then the ones that they're just going over there had very dark orange middles. Need to deadhead some of them actually. Do that before I go in. So, yeah. Oh, you can just see my dahlias in there. Let me get up again. And two of them are sprouting. One of them isn't yet. I don't know if you'll be able to pick it up through the glass. The one on the left's sprouting. The one in the middle has a sprout. But the one on the right doesn't. But you never know. There's plenty of time yet, so I'm sure they will eventually. So, let's just go round and round in circles. Oh, make everybody feel sick. There we go. So, I don't know, is it me? But every year that goes by, doing all the sort of spring and autumn jobs, you know, getting everything ready for the summer in spring, cleaning all your furniture and your decking and pruning and feeding your plants and doing everything and seed sowing. Then in autumn you put everything away again and wash your rugs and clean your furniture and stack it all up and cover it. And it seems to get harder every year. Now, is it just because I'm getting older every year? Probably, isn't it? Probably is. Anyway, I don't know. I still love doing it though. I really do. We've got a lot less bird feeders this year. There's a couple there. Because, well, two reasons. One was, the main reason was the others we had with the white sunflower seeds in. The birds loved the finches, the goldfinches, greenfinches. We got loads of birds. They made ever such a mess. I know various people have said, oh, you can get seed that doesn't make a mess. Well, this was no mess seed, it said. And you can get feeders where it doesn't drop, but it does, because they drop it. They don't drop it. It doesn't fall out of the feeder. It falls out of their beaks, because they get a seed and they're chomping away on this seed, and they drop the casing of the seed and eat the middle bit. So anyway, consequently, there was a mess everywhere, and it was growing into an absolutely appalling smelling mush underneath, amongst all the pebbles, and it stunk to high heaven. It was just dreadful. So I said, right, I'm not having feeders along here. I'm going to get rid of them and just have a few. And they are getting used. You can see they've gone down a little bit. They are getting used, but they're not as prolific at feeding on them. So it doesn't have the chance to do what it was. Plus, the other thing, just after I'd made that decision and taken them down, I think it might have been on Winter Watch? I mean, I don't watch the BBC really, but Gardener's World and Winter Watch. I haven't got a licence, but Gardener's World and Winter Watch, I do I do watch Spring Watch. I do watch those. I ignore all the wokey stuff they keep pushing, and you must go vegan. Yeah, if I mentioned being vegan once, I mentioned it about 30 times. Yeah, okay, whatever. It's your life choice. You crack on. Anyway, somebody on there mentioned they were talking to an expert on feeding birds, and he said that it's actually not a good idea to put bird feeders out because the birds become too reliant on them. And obviously then if that source of food stops, you know, you might think, well, I've no intention of stopping feeding them. No, what if you move? And the people who buy your house don't want to feed the birds. Or you go on holiday and they're not filled up for a few days. They get too reliant on them. So his idea was that you should plant shrubs and bushes and flowers that will feed the birds. So don't be as tidy in the autumn, leave seed heads so they can feed from them. So I'm growing sunflowers, and what I intend to do once they're flowered is I'll leave them in situ, and then if the birds want to go and eat the sunflower seeds from there, they can. And if it means that I get more sunflowers next year, then that's great. I'm growing them for my grandson really, because I think he might like the big flowers. So they'll be big and bold and he'll be able to see them really well. And I don't know, I just thought he'd like them because he's too young to want to plant anything in there yet himself. So I'm going to grow some nice flowers and herbs in them, in the end bed for the next few years. So anyway, that's just put that out there. Let me know what you think. Do you feed the birds? Do you just plant for the birds and the I must admit I don't particularly plant for birds, but I plant for pollinators. We've had loads and loads of ladybirds this year. Don't know if anyone else has. Absolute plethora of ladybirds everywhere. Finding them on the decking, on the windowsills, outside, all over. And bumblebees, loads of big bumblebees, little bees. In fact, I rescued a bumblebee yesterday. He was looking a bit sorry for himself, just laid out on the decking. So I gave him a sort of sugary drink. Put him on a sauce with some sugary water, and he had a drink and he flew away. So I was quite pleased about that. But yeah, loads of insects this year, very early too. I definitely think my ribes died, by the way. I'll show you it quickly before I sign off. I thought it had earlier in the year, but I thought I'll leave it. Because if you remember, we repotted it last year, and I think it may not have liked it being repotted. So there it is, looking very sad. So now I'm thinking, do I dig it up, put something else in there? Do I just prune it really hard back and see if it comes next year? I mean, you can just feel by the branches, if you scrape it, is there any green underneath? Can't really scrape it very well. So I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I don't want to just assume it's dead and throw it away. I mean, even if I decide to throw it away, to get it out of that pot, I'm going to have to cut it right back. So I'm tempted to just cut it back and leave it a little bit longer and see if it starts to shoot. Difficult, isn't it, to know what to do? Anyway, I won't leave you looking at that because that's not a very nice thing to look at. Oh, I knew I was going to end up walking into Vincent at some point. So I'll leave you with this lovely view of my narcissi. And I will be back on when I have more news to report. So I hope you're all having a fabulous week and have a lovely Easter. Easter's coming up this weekend. Doing whatever you're doing. My husband's working apart from Easter Sunday. But yeah, have a fabulous time and I'll see you all later.